Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you. I've got executive session in a few minutes, so I'm going to make a few comments, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to run to get ready for school committee. 43,324 people from the city of Worcester, residents that live here, voted in this last election. Today, you're looking at a complaint that was brought by a couple folks, but 43,324 people that live in this city who voted. I'm not aware of one of those people that has come forward before this body or to my office, or I had asked a couple of reporters if they had met someone from the city who lives here, of those 43,000 people who actually claim or support the claim that's made by these two individuals. So, who are these two individuals? Well, they're two people who don't live here in this community, two people who were supporters of a candidate in that election who lost. And that candidate who's here tonight lost by a lot. Matter of fact, 29,571 to 10,939 here in the city. And what this complaint is really all about is they don't like the outcome of that. Right? That they think that that's...
Excuse me, I don't want to hear anything. You can't keep your tone down. Leave the room.
So, and I think the reality is that that's what elections fundamentally are all about. Some candidates run, the voters agree with them, and they vote for them. Some don't, and they don't. Vote for them, and they don't win. And I think what this really is about is that you have an organization, this group Neighbor to Neighbor, that does something that's, I think, really important for our democracy. It goes out there into the community. It goes door to door to low-income people, to people from communities of color, people who speak English as a second language, people who normally, in most places, don't participate in our electoral process. And those folks go out there because they believe in this democratic process and the importance of voting, and they encourage those folks to vote. Some are not real familiar with voting, some are, but they educate them about the process and encourage them to participate. And I think that's really important. And I know some people don't like that. Some people don't like the fact that people who come who don't look like them, maybe speak a different language, maybe who haven't been here as long as their families have, get out to vote and participate. And that's really what this is about. This is trying to harass those folks from Neighbor to Neighbor because they don't like what they do. So, what is this really about? I've been there to see the work that they've done. And many people in the city have. Have I been supported by Neighbor to Neighbor and worked with them? Absolutely. You know why? Because they share the values that I share, that most people in this community share, about supporting working families, about getting people to participate in our democracy, to fight for fair wages and good jobs for people here. Now listen, I get, losing elections is hard. I get that part. But I think that this is really a shame to take a loss and to try to pretend that something happened that really didn't happen. And that people, the 43,324 people in this city who voted, don't seem to confirm what they're saying. We're in month 4 of this now. And the last thing I just think it's kind of interesting, from my perspective, that a number of folks who claim that they're really on the side of taxpayers, who've talked a lot about fighting for the interest of taxpayers and about wasteful public spending, have forced the city, the state, to spend remarkable amounts of time, energy, and money to kind of look into a complaint that is frivolous, that is just being used as a weapon to try to punish a group that does work that I think, and I think most people would agree, is important. So, listen, we can always do better here in our city in our electoral process. We can always find new ways to encourage people to participate and be part of the process. I applaud the work that's being done by the Election Commission to get more diverse poll workers, to reach out to our young people, to get them to be election workers. That's important. It's important that we have folks that speak languages and can help people through that process. That's great. So I applaud you for that effort. I hope that this is the last amount of public energy that will be spent on this frivolous case. And I look forward, certainly, to hearing from others, and I hope that we'll kind of move forward here. But thank you very much to the commissioners for letting me speak, and thank you for everyone to be here tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes?